Oh, how's it going, everybody? With anime in our souls, thoughts of wrestling out of control, we're a group of weeps who love the entertainment of professional wrestling. So allow us to be the voices inside of your head as we go through the wrestling events of the evening, give our thoughts and predictions on what's to come, and provide an experience inclusive to all you nerds out there. So grab your steel chair, yell for the table, and get put through an experience unlike any other. Brought to you, of course, by Anime Studio. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Happy Friday to everyone out there. Hopefully, if you started your work week again after the big old holiday we had, hopefully it went by fast for you. I know for me, it was a mix of like, oh, this day is dragging to, oh, it's already the end of the day. Great, cool. I get to go home and just pass out and go to sleep and all that. So, yeah, we had some wrestling this week. Watched some Dynamite the other night. Did a little short on all that. Watched some Monday Night Raw mixed with Stranger Things on Monday, which was, well, that was a thing and all that. And tonight we're here to talk about Smack Diggity Down. Now, normally, if you're new around these parts, you're wondering, oh, Weebs, plural. There's only one guy on here. Why is there only one guy? You said there's a group of you. What's going on? Nani the frick? Well, here's the thing. I got so hungry. I was starving to the point where not only food could sustain my quench, my thirst, my hunger for just anything. So I decided to eat my two other co-hosts. I ended up grilling up Drop. His boxes were heavy. It was kind of hard to get those boxes to the grill and all that, but he tasted fine. Put some nice barbecue sauce on him, maybe a little bit of pepper and all that, but he turned out fine. Vash, on the other hand, he was a little bit spicy going down. Like it wasn't that great. I had to drink some milk after eating Vash, but I had to consume them to really get to my final full potential here as we talk about probably probably a good start for SmackDown, or maybe a good second episode to SmackDown. I kind of wish this was the first episode of SmackDown for the year, but whatever. We got last week's. It was fine. It was okay. But this week's, it was a lot better. Or at least part of it was. But we'll get into that in just a second. All jokes aside, yes, a big old, you know what? Give me some pops in the chat for some cannibalism. You know what? Because, hey, you got to devour your co-host sometimes to truly, truly level up. But as always, if you're new around these parts, the other two, they're around. They'll be back. Don't worry. Monday, we'll be back to our normal groups and all that. We'll be fine. Nobody's going to destroy anybody else or anything. But, hey, besides the point, if you are new around these parts, welcome as always. This is the Weebs of the Ring podcast, where every single Monday or Friday night after these WWE events, you'll find us here talking about the shows. We'll break it down a little bit, talk about the stories, talk about the action, talk about maybe make some predictions or talk about some fantasy bookings or have you. But yeah, so it's just gonna be me tonight. Unfortunately, for some of you guys and gals out there, you just got to deal with their world champion right now all by his lonesome, but it's all fine. It's all good. So before we get into it, as always, you gotta like the stream. If you like the stream, not print, but poke that thumb that likes to go up. Yeah, you want to poke that. You'll see a little number go up. You like numbers going up, right? Like people love when numbers go up, right? Yeah, press that so it goes up. Because here's the thing. Here's the kicker. Not only does that tell us that you like our content, that you like our streams, that you like engaging with us after these wrestling shows, especially if they're overseas and get to watch them at work in the afternoon. That's even better. But hey, each one of those likes is a treat to good old Sydney right here. You can't see her right now. She's on this chair, but she's kind of sitting a little bit over there. But each like you give is a treat to her. And don't you want to give her a treat? Isn't she the bestest of girls? Sydney, you're the bestest of girls, right? She's too busy licking her paw right now. But anyways, shilling out of the way, you can see all of our handles going across the bottom of the screen right there, just to kind of start off the night as, some people are coming in, moseying on in here. Quick introduction, I guess, besides us being the Weebs of the Ring. Hey, I'm your world champion, Watkins. I'm going to be your guide through the wrestling events of the evening. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down and just kind of have some fun with it. That he did. That he did. Free media tools. And we're going to be talking about that first because, hey, around these parts, we talk about these headline stories, usually the biggest thing to come out of these shows, and then we talk about everything else and all that. But again, I'm your reigning, defending, undisputed Universal Heavyweight Champion of the world, Watkins here. Again, your guide through the wrestling events of the evening, through all the bullshit that can happen. But hey, tonight, I thought it was a very strong show. Just to get that out of the way. It was kind of a tale of like two different shows because I did think the first part of it did drag a little bit, but man, that finish got me hyped. It got me excited, and I'm actually really looking forward to what WWE can craft in the next few weeks and all that. So let's just kind of dive right in there as I start to do my time codes as well. So that way, after all of this, I can put some lovely time codes for the people that watch the VOD if you can't catch us live and all that. So I'll answer your question real quick here, Free Media Tools, as we kind of warm up and all that stuff. So Free Media Tools here asks, when you started watching wrestling, are you Attitude Era guy or started late? So I guess we'll do a quick little side tangent here before we get into SmackDown. So it's actually kind of interesting because like I remember watching a Raw, and I don't remember what year it was, but it was the Monday Night Raw where Kane interfered in every single match. Because I remember he used like a fireball on somebody. So that was like my first wrestling show I ever watched. But I actually kind of got into it back in 2002, and funnily enough, and I know funnily is a word and all that, whatever. But funnily enough, the first SmackDown I watched, I know Sydney, the first SmackDown I watched was the John Cena Ruthless Aggression promo where he fought Kurt Angle and all that. So it's very, very full circle moment when I got to, go to DC and see John Cena in his final match. So a bit of a full circle moment for me right there. Yeah, so I mean, that's basically my wrestling story. I did take a break between like 2007 and like 2015 because the product just wasn't doing anything for me. Plus, I was very salty at that year because Shawn Michaels did not win the WWE title from John Cena. In hindsight, understood why he lost, but man, I was not a fan of that. I was one of the people that was starting to kind of sour on Cena a little bit. I know, Sydney, you hear all these doors closing. I know, but hey, well, maybe we'll have like a nice little stream or video where me, Vash, and Drop do go through our wrestling histories and all that. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about SmackDown because again, like I said earlier, SmackDown was a pretty good show. I thought. Again, tale of two halves, but we're going to start, of course, with our main event. Our main event, which is commercial free, by the way, which I very much appreciate from WWE right now. And I really hope that they start doing this more often, especially now during Mania season. I hope that now they can give us a little bit more of a treat, especially with these 3-hour SmackDowns. I mean, they can drag on a bit when it comes to 3-hour SmackDown. So the past 2 weeks have been fine pacing wise. So I hope they continue that and actually utilize the talent that they have. But yeah, this main event though, it was really good. We had a 3 stages of hell match between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre. First stage, typical normal wrestling match. Second stage, falls count anywhere. Third stage, cage match. And you kind of always think with these matches, the heel's gonna get the disqualification on the first round, then they'll pick up and get the win on the second round, and then they'll win the third round. But I really like how this match was structured at first, because like we had this first normal match. It was great. It was a good match, but like the whole story of this first part, this normal match, I'm just gonna say normal match, normal stage of hell, I guess, is Drew is trying to get Cody to get himself disqualified, and he uses this idea of, I'm gonna have the same watch that Dusty sold to make money for his family and all that, so I'm gonna just tug on those heartstrings of Cody Rhodes. But it doesn't really do much in the match, except for, it does anger Cody a bit. And there's a moment, and I really like how this was set up too, where like Cody took Drew and like the turnbuckle pad got taken off, so it exposes the turnbuckle and all that, and that ends up biting Cody in the ass, because like he ends up hitting it. And excuse me, I'm getting my things mixed up for later on in the cage match, which it does screw him over in that part. But like when the ref's trying to get it, like put the pad back on, Drew just like hits Cody in the dick, gives him a claymore, 1, 2, 3. He's already one up on Cody, and now it's falls count anywhere. Like that's such a cool way to like do your first round, because again, like Drew's whole plan going into there was to get Cody to get himself disqualified, but opportunity arose. Like Drew was the ultimate opportunist tonight. I mean, to kind of take one from Edge, I guess, right there. But so I just really like that first stage of the match, because that's the thing. Like, not everybody's there to see the normal match. They see the other two stipulations. We know we're getting the steel cage match, because usually with these matches, we do get the third fall. And if we don't, that's kind of, blue balling us a little bit. But yeah, the falls count anywhere parts, though, they were fun. They do go out into the crowd. We get some like Cody biting Drew, taking a selfie and all that. Some drinks being thrown. Drew gets a banana just shoved down his throat. Okay, cool, neat, awesome, fantastic. And yeah, so like it spills to the outside. We get all those spots. We get a nice, fun table spot. But that fall ends with Cody giving a crossroads to Drew onto the announce table. Great way to end that, because again, falls count anywhere. Now we got to get back to the ring and the steel cage match. And this part was brutal, because you could tell with each guy that they're just running on fumes. They're really selling this match too. And even commentary, like kudos to commentary as well for really putting over this match and like how grueling it can be. Because yeah, both guys are just spent. They're trying to pull off big moves, but it's almost like the moves are at like 70% power because of how tired both guys are, which is great, which is awesome. I really like that. Like, that's one thing I really miss in wrestling today is good selling. And don't get me wrong, like there is some good selling. Like there is, but like I guess what I mean by that is selling during the match like this, and I hope they also sell it after the match, because that's also been a pet peeve of mine just recently. But that can be a whole other conversation for a whole other day. But yeah, so like we're tied now, tied. Drew, Cody, we got to have a winner now in this cage match, and I like how the beginning stages of this match, or at least like 2/3 of this match, they do go for pinfalls. Like they don't try to escape the cage too much. You got a couple spots here and there, but they really did try to, just end everything with a pinfall or submission. And when that didn't get the job done, you got both men now climbing the cage. We got what did I wrote it down in my notes here. Wade Barrett called that Cody cutter or something. It was a supreme Cody cutter. So Cody was at like the top of the cage and hit a damn Cody cutter on Drew McIntyre. That was sick, man. That was a really good spot. I agree. Roman Reigns is an underrated seller. But yeah, so this title match continues going forward. Both men are now trying to escape the cage. Drew almost has it. He almost has it. And the whole time, so going into this, I don't know who else was thinking this or whatever. And I think I said it last week too, when we were talking about SmackDown. Or no. I think, no, never mind. I just thought about it. That's right. I did a short for last week's SmackDown. I had the mindset, and I don't know if I was the only one that had this, but I had the mindset that Jacob Fatu was going to come back tonight. I had a feeling because it was set up so perfectly for him to just come back, screw over Drew for winning the title, and just be done with his day. We can continue that feud. Cody can move on to somebody else. But no, surprisingly, we didn't get that. I mean, we still got Jacob Fatu returning and beating up on Drew McIntyre. But, and I really like how this goes. Because, so we have Jacob Fatu beating down Drew McIntyre right at the door. And then Cody comes by and tries to like get Jacob Fatu off of him because Cody's a good boy. He wants to win in a good way because he's a kind boy. He's got a big heart, big old baby face. He's got to win clean or, clean in this match. Jacob Fatu just turns around and just decks him, then brings him to the opposite corner, starts beating up Cody. And then Drew escapes the cage. Again, ultimate opportunist here. Escapes the cage, wins the title. I was completely blown. I didn't think they would do it. My heart wanted Drew McIntyre to win. It really did. But like in my head, I'm just like, okay, well, I doubt they're going to do that because they'd want to do a big title win on a big pay-per-view, not on a random SmackDown, because, hey, that's what everybody was saying about Braun Breaker on Monday. Oh, we can't just award it to Braun Breaker on a Monday, even though it's a sponsored show with a big old series from Netflix. I promise I'm not going to bring up Monday too much tonight. I'm going to try not to. Dang, man. This show was just a lot better than Monday, but never mind. I'm not going to talk about that anymore. So, yeah, Drew McIntyre's now, what, a four-time because he won WWE twice, won World Heavyweight title once, got cashed in on, 4 times. 4-time WWE champion in front of a hot crowd now. Like we're in Drew's like homeland. I say homeland because it's not really Scotland. It is Germany. I know that there's a bit of distance, but it's still European countries. They'll still bill it as, oh, he won it in front of his family and blah, 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 all that. But whatever, that's besides the point. Drew McIntyre wins the WWE title in front of fans, in front of a hot crowd. Like, the crowd actually woke up for this match. I'll say that. And the match before this. But I was just really excited. Like, I was watching this at work, and I was actually standing up watching this because once Jacob Fatu came out, I was just like, okay, hold on, I'm about to leave, but I can use this as just like a little distraction to be like, okay, I'm getting ready to leave, but I'm actually kind of really hyped right now. I'm actually insanely hyped because Jacob Fatu's back. He's beating up on Drew, and then I saw him beat up on Cody, and I'm like, oh my gosh, wait, Drew, escape. And then the camera cuts to him escaping. I'm like, oh my God, they actually did it. They actually took a chance. They actually listened. Like, again, I don't think they're actually listening. If they are, like, anecdote, if you're Triple H, I swear, I'm gonna come after you. But that's besides the point. No, because like that was my big complaint on Monday. It was the perfect opportunity to crown a new champion. A perfect opportunity to do something new, to freshen up the product, to make us just feel again. They didn't do it Monday. They did it tonight, though. I'm happy they did it tonight. I really am. And because that's the thing. Drew's been doing some of the best work of his career the past few years. Like, yeah, he held the company on his back in 2020, 2021, and all that during the pandemic and everything. Like, that's a tale as old as time at this point. But ever since CM Punk's come back, like the whole feud with Punk, the whole stuff with him, I wish they capitalized more on the whole bloodline hunter thing, but they decided to abandon that and everything. But like the thing with Drew's character is he has a point. Like every time he gets screwed out of every single big match he has. And finally, he wins a big one. Like this is what they mean by long-term storytelling. Not telling a story for like months on end, like Priest and Aleister Black. That's not long-term storytelling. No. long-term storytelling is what they did tonight, because Drew got screwed out of so many opportunities, so many big matches. I mean, I think back mainly to his world heavyweight title run. Got cashed in on by Damian Priest because of CM Punk. All the stuff that happened with CM Punk, the stuff that happened with Seth, the stuff that happened with the Bloodline for years. Like, he had so many opportunities they kept getting screwed out of. And now Cody's the one that gets screwed out of it. Because if Cody just did not go and try to get Jacob Fatu off of Drew McIntyre, he would have won. He could have just been like, hey, I'm gonna climb this cage now, okay, bye. Or just wait for Jacob Fatu to beat him up. Could have done that too. Could have easily done that. But no, Cody made a mistake. And that's the thing with Cody right now too. He's getting very cocky. And I'm hoping, well, I don't know if we need a heel Cody right now. As much as I would want one right now, I feel like we could still play the long game when it comes to like a heel Cody character. Especially one in WWE, because he's still the poster boy of the company. But the time is coming. The frustration's going to be there. Like, and I think this is something that Cody's character really needed too, because you can't have a good character and just have them just coast. You really can't. You need them to have layers. You need them to like go through adversity every once in a while. Like, they just can't keep winning like that. And I was worried at first, because when during the cage part of the 3 stages of hell, Cody, like, this is what I was talking about earlier, where he hit the exposed turnbuckle and then ran into a claymore, and that wasn't the finish. That was just a 2 count, a freaking 2 count, mind you. Like, we're doing Super Cody now. Okay, well, Homelander, I guess, because he's not really Superman. Yep, exactly. Cody Homelander is coming. Trust us, folks. He's on his way. He's about to be here eventually. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm also of the mindset, I kind of want Cody to be away from the title picture for a bit. Like, and don't get me wrong, this is nothing against Cody, because I am a Cody fan. I do like me some Cody Rhodes and all that, but like, I think now is a good time to just freshen up the main event scene a little bit. I mean, you have a built-in storyline too that I really hope this was them planting the seeds for maybe a Sami Zayn Royal Rumble win. Because I had him earlier talking to Byron Saxton, and Byron had asked him the question, hey, Sami, who do you want to win tonight? And Sami was actually kind of conflicted, because he was just like, on one hand, I would love for Drew McIntyre to win, because that's actually a mountain I want to climb. And like, he's echoing what people were talking about, I think like a year ago, with Sami winning like the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber, going after Drew, who might hold a world title at that point, and that's how Sami wins the world title. And I know I've floated around that idea with some friends too. So like that's kind of where my mindset is at, is like, have Sami like win the Rumble or win the Elimination Chamber and go after Drew McIntyre and finally beat Drew McIntyre for the biggest prize of his career. Like, that would be massive. You have a built-in storyline for that, for the main event of WrestleMania. Like, that is, I mean, it's kind of Cody coded too. Wow, try to say that like 5 times fast. Cody coded. I can't say it faster than that. By the way, Seagram's sponsor us. Thank you. But I'm in full agreement with Obafemi. He is going to Monday Night Raw. Him going after Drew. See, now that would be sick. That would be sick. I would not be opposed to that. But I do think like a current storyline, again, built-in storyline is there with Sami and Drew. And however we get to that, outcome, I don't know, but I just want that outcome. And Cody can still do something. He can still, like, maybe him and Randy have a butting of heads or something. Maybe him and Roman have a big match. Like, you could actually do something really cool where it's like at WrestleMania, you have a number one contenders match or something. Or you can have Cody with a grudge match. Like, you could do something without him in the title picture. It's fine. You do that for 1 year. I believe in you guys. Okay, especially with this being in Vegas, because we know the Saudis are going to want Cody with the title and probably facing Roman Reigns next year. So that's going to be that. Plus, they're in Saudi for the Rumble. Have Sammy win it there. Like, imagine like, I know we all have our things about the Saudi crowd. I know, I get that, I understand that, but imagine that crowd, because Sammy gets like some really good responses over there. Just think of the eruption that would happen if Sammy won the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia this year. That would be crazy. Like, they're already building a stadium apparently for the event. It would get demolished if Sammy won the Royal Rumble. So wait, hold on. Maybe they shouldn't. Maybe Sammy shouldn't win the Rumble, but whatever. Yeah. See, I could see that too with them holding off Sammy's big win until Mania in Saudi. Like, I could see that too. Holding that off for a year. It's just, either way, there's a built-in story for him taking the world title from Drew McIntyre. As long as that's like the end goal for Sammy getting a world title, I'll be very much pleased. Or if you have something just as good, just as compelling, that'd be fine too. I wouldn't be mad about that. But with Cody, I mean, he's obviously not going to be going after Drew. I'm assuming Cody's probably going to go after Jacob Fatu right now, because we did find out tonight on SmackDown that there's going to be 4 matches next week on SmackDown to determine people that are going to be going into a Fatal 4-Way at the next Saturday night's main event. And the winner of that Fatal 4-Way ends up facing the WWE Champion at the Royal Rumble. So I think to kind of hold off on time a little bit, we might get Cody versus Jacob Fatu at Saturday night's main event. Kind of get that out of the way. Hopefully Jacob Fatu wins, because Jacob Fatu is amazing. He's great. So we could do that. Cody can enter the Rumble again. Maybe he fails the Rumble. Maybe he has to win the Elimination Chamber to get a title shot. Maybe he fails that too. We could do like a downward spiral kind of thing of Cody right here, and like maybe that's when WrestleMania comes around. That's when we get like Cody Rhodes Homeland, like Codelander or whatever the internet wants to call it, and everything. That could be a thing as well. But I'm just excited about this because it makes the main event scene of WWE feel unpredictable, and that's something that you really, really want in your wrestling. I've gone on record saying that, like, the best thing that wrestling can be is unpredictable. Which, don't get me wrong, sometimes the predictable outcome is fine. Again, execution is king, but even just being unpredictable can be it can be a lot of fun. And I don't remember the last time I smiled or was like this excited for a WWE product. Like it feels really good. It feels good on the inside and all that. But yeah, so again, we have 4 matches next week going on SmackDown. Again, winners of each go into a Fatal 4-Way at Saturday night's main event. First off, we got Orton versus The Miz. Miz ain't winning that. I'm sorry. Like, as much as I love The Miz, Orton's winning that. Orton's going to go into that Fatal 4-Way. We have Matt Cardona versus Trick Williams. Interesting combination here because, like, you have both of them are new onto SmackDown. Like, Matt Cardona just came back. He even had an interaction with Cody tonight as well. And then you have Trick Williams, who just got moved up to SmackDown. And he's only got 1 win under his belt on the main roster against Rey Fenix, which, we'll talk about that match later on. So that one's really hard to choose. Part of me wants to go Trick Williams just because having the Young Buck in there, like in this Fatal 4-Way match, that'd be actually kind of cool. That'd be really neat. It would suck for Matt Cardona, but I feel like he's got enough time to move up in the roster and do some more just in WWE and all that. So I think I'm going to go Trick Williams on that one. I'm going to go Trick Williams there. Damian Priest versus Solo Sikoa. I'm going to go Damian Priest on that one. He also had an interaction with Drew McIntyre earlier, just being like, oh, you win the title and we'll have to run it back. Okay, fine. You've got some momentum from your match last week against Aleister Black. I had to get a quick sip right there. So at least that makes sense. Solo, he might get screwed over by Uncle Howdy because they're continuing that feud. Again, one of those things that we'll talk about here in just a little bit. And then, of course, oh my God, the rematch of a century. Ilya Dragunov versus Sami Zayn next week. Whew. Oh. What did Titus O'Neil say that one time? Call the police. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that next week for that match because oh my God, actually call the ambulance because they might lay on some stiff shots right there. I mean, this might sound counterintuitive. Have Dragunov win. Have him beat Sammy again. Like keep pushing Sammy down a little bit more. So that because like Sammy, at least the way I see him, he's the ultimate underdog. So him losing like that, like at least with like opportunities like this, I'm actually fine with. And again, I like to emphasize that, you know, these are my feelings, my opinions, and all that. So if you think differently, that's fine. That's great. That's awesome. You know, just make sure you can tell me why. But like, so with me, like I like to keep Sammy just pushed down just a little bit more. You know, not fully down, like losing all the time, but just enough to where like he's still believable to be a credible title contender, but he's not always winning. Like he doesn't always have the momentum on there. Like because Sammy's one of those guys who can win just out of anywhere. You know, a lot of the it's funny because him and Lyra are kind of the same way in a bit where like they can win with just about any move. They really can. And that too, I wouldn't give Dragunov another L. Like he's still fresh back on the roster. He does need some wins and all that. And yeah, again, Sammy doesn't lose anything from losing a match like that. So yeah. But that's who I see kind of going into this Fatal 4-Way. But like again, this 3 Stages of Hell match, I really like how they set it up. I really like how it was produced as well. And apparently like, and these are reports that were coming out too when I was checking social media when I got home. Apparently this was a pitch that Drew and Cody did all the way back at WrestlePalooza, which I vaguely remember seeing going around. But it's just cool that like their idea was heard, it was listened to, it was executed, and it seems to be going over very well. Like I haven't really seen any negative responses to Drew winning the title here. Hell, I don't even see any negative responses to Jacob Fatu returning, which the podcast mascot has returned, folks. Like I haven't even gotten a chance to just like gush about that. Like Jacob Fatu being back is massive. Again, he'll have his program with Cody. Eventually, he'll have his program with Drew. Oh my God! If it no, never mind. It might be a little too early for Jacob to hold that world title. It might be a little too early. I'm getting ahead of myself right now, but it's just like there's a lot more possibilities. I'm a lot more excited now. This is what happens when you write and execute a good wrestling show. But you know what? I'm gonna save that tirade for later. I'm gonna save it for later because we got some other matches, got some other moments at tonight and all that we need to talk about because I've been I've been going at this for like about 20, like 25 minutes and all that. Like, whew, man, I'm really excited. I was really excited for it. Oh man, we're gonna go into our mid-card stories now, which some of these were okay. they were okay. Some of them were not the best. So we're gonna start with this first one, I think, because I kind of just want to talk about it, get it out of the way. The Wyatts versus the MFT in an 8-man tag team match. Excuse me really quick while I get some more beverage. Cool. Also, Chad, hopefully you're doing well. I know I yapped a bit right there, but it's fine. It's all good. We're here to yap. We're here to have fun and all that. Except for this with this match, because I'm sorry, this match did little to nothing for me. So we had the Wyatts versus the MFT in an 8-man tag. This was the one thing on the night that felt very much like WWE has felt in the past few months. Very cookie cutter, very paint by numbers tag team match. This kind of needed a stipulation, I'm not gonna lie. And also, I'm gonna go on record saying this. This should have just been for the titles. I mean, let's be honest. Let's be honest. Even if the MFT do have a regular tag team match against the Wyatts, everyone's going to get involved anyways. Just have like some sort of like just Extreme Rules match where just the whole factions are just beating the crap out of each other. Like, just do that and just have it for the titles. Because, like, I'm sorry, Wyatt's holding those titles do nothing for me at all. Like, it does nothing at all for me. I'm just sitting there like, okay, are they going to win the tag titles? Are the Wyatts going to keep them? Are we going to do anything else with any other tag teams? Are the Street Profits even still around? Because are they doing anything? I think they were on Main Event the other night, or at least one of them were, or like the other week. I think it was like Dawkins was on there or something. I don't know. You gotta do something with your tag team SmackDown. I don't know. This whole match didn't do really much for anything for me. Even when like the big guys got in there, like Eric Rowan, and I'm gonna keep calling him Hikuleo because I hate the name Talatanga. I hate that name. Even when they got in there, it was very slow, very plotting. I'm just like, what are we doing here? I mean, are we gonna drop the tag titles to the MFTs? Are the Wyatts gonna do something more than just be spooky scary? Which, ooh, not really doing much of anything, are they? Especially anything spooky and scary. Like, I wish we could just go and do some sort of fun sports entertainment stuff. Because you say you're sports entertainment company, where's the entertainment in all this? It's really not there. I'm sorry, folks. It's just not. Like, this did nothing for me. The MFTs end up winning after Solo goes to Uncle Howdy's rocker. He gets the lantern that was Bray Wyatt's. He holds it after like Uncle Howdy was basically destroying the MFTs on his own, which is crazy, but okay, fine, cool, whatever. He ends up getting his butt kicked and eats a what is it called? The cutthroat, excuse me, from Tama Tonga, which I'm glad Tama Tonga got the win here, because he's been eyeing the US champion, whoever's been the US champion for a bit. So maybe put the belt on him soon-ish, maybe. Because, again, I think Oba's going to Raw. I do agree with you, chat. I think Oba's going to be going to Raw and being a big mainstay over there. So, Tama Tonga, you can answer an open challenge for once. You know, there was an open challenge tonight you could have answered, but you didn't. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. He had a match anyway, so that's fine. That's besides the point. I don't know. Just didn't do anything for me. I'm hoping... hoping we can move on from this story soon, because I'm just ready for something different. Oh, man. Chat, hopefully you're having a good time out there. we're going to move on now to our next story. Our next story being Rey Fenix taking on Tricky Willie, or Trick Williams if you're not Trick Williams calling yourself that. Why would you call yourself Willie in Europe? Never mind. Whatever. You do you, Trick. You do you. Before this match even starts, Randy Orton's out to the ring. He's gonna talk a little bit, kind of, hype himself back up for coming back last week and everything. But Trick Williams does interrupt Randy Orton. He does that whole shtick of, "Oh, I'm new around these parts. I'm the new toy. I respect you and all that, but I will come after you and everything." Randy does say, "Hey, look, you have star potential. You've got it, kid," which Trick Williams does. But just I'm gonna let you slide this once. You chose to interrupt me. That was stupid. But again, I'm gonna let it slide. But next time, it won't be whoop that Trick. I'm gonna whoop y'all ass. And I love. So apparently, the rumor going around right here, because Trick Williams slaps the mic out of Randy's hand right here. And the story, I guess, from what you can tell, I guess from facial expressions and all that, I guess the mic hit a fan in the front row, because you could see Trick Williams kind of break character, be like, "Oh, oops, oopsie poopsie, lemon doopsie." But yeah, fun interaction. I think this is kind of why I think Trick Williams also might go over next week against Matt Cardona and go into that Fatal 4-Way. I think it's a good way to kind of set up but continue that kind of story with Randy. You could do the same thing with Sammy, since there was the interaction with Sammy last night, or not last night, excuse me, last week. But again, I'm kind of still in the camp that have Sammy maybe lose to Dragunov next week and maybe win the Rumble or the Elimination Chamber. One of those two. Please and thank you. Cool, neat, awesome. The match, though. Excuse me. Trick Williams does start attacking Randy Orton. They have a fight. Miz comes out, tries to hit Randy Orton, gets hit with an RKO for his trouble. Out comes Rey Fenix because he's still got a match with Trick Williams. And yeah, I thought the match between Rey and Trick were good. I thought the match was good. It does end kind of quick, at least it felt like for me. Again, I was kind of at work, and I had to finish some stuff around this point, so I kind of feel bad I didn't get to see most of it. I was listening to it because, I had my AirPods in and all that. But man, Trick wins with a cheeky roll-up. He counters another roll-up from Rey Fenix and just leaves the ring and all that. So it's kind of showing here that Trick Williams at least has some trickery towards him. Or he's not dumb, basically. So I was happy that he at least got the win there. Maybe he'll get the win next week against Matt Cardona. Or maybe Rey Fenix costs him that match. That could be a thing as well. Maybe we can continue a story with those two. Who knows? Because that's the thing. Trick did win very sneakily, very quickly, and all that. So maybe it's a thing where maybe Rey Fenix feels a certain way with that. Who knows? But I don't have much to say more beyond that. Oh, I guess this other thing, because this might be planting seeds for him and Melo's eventual crossing of paths on the main roster now, because Trick is getting better opportunities than Melo did when he first went up to the main roster. Don't get me wrong. Melo had his first match with Cody Rhodes. Great, awesome. After that, not too much to really write home about, especially when he was starting to team with the Miz, and it's just oh, what are we doing here? Why are we doing this? Not a fan of this at all. I had to take a quick little glug right there, everybody. Yeah, kind of upset with how Carmelo Hayes went down. But that was 2025. Trick Williams, again, I feel like there's a good story to tell with like Trick getting better opportunities, maybe capitalizing on them a little more than Carmelo did. But I don't know. That's a story for WWE to tell. There are more nuanced writers than I am. Because trust me, I'm just some nerd just talking to you guys on the internet and all that. It's a fun time though. It's a great time. So yeah, again, I don't have much to say beyond what I already said. I'm just more curious where we go from here and where Trick's story goes from here. So yeah, that's basically all I have to say about that. Another title that was on the line tonight though was the women's US title. We had Giulia taking on Alexa Bliss. Now this kind of came out of nowhere. Like I was just at work and I saw that this got added to the card. And I'm just like, oh, okay. So we're having this title match. I doubt Alexa's gonna win because there's all this tag team title stuff. Like we're putting most of our main female characters in the tag title scene, which is fine. That scene does need to be blown up just a little bit in a good way, you know. So yeah, Alexa has this opportunity against Giulia. So it's just like, okay, in my mind, I'm like, okay, Alexa's not going to win. This is more of pushing a story. What's the story we're telling? Well, before the match happens, we do get a backstage segment with Alexa Bliss. And she's basically on the phone. I guess I think she was leaving a message for Charlotte saying, hey, I wish you were here. Apparently Charlotte's sick. She couldn't be there tonight. And Alexa has to go this alone. She does have a run-in with Nia Jax and Lash Legend, which is kind of funny because Alexa's just like, hey, Lash, you might want to dump Nia right now before things get worse between you two, because my career did not excel after teaming up with Nia and all that. And right and wrong, you know, there were some good parts to you and Nia, but a lot of also mediocre at best parts. So already we're kind of setting up what the finish might be. And of course, that's exactly what the finish was. Because this match had so much interference. Like you get to the match, Kiana James, I think even commentary said something about it. She had interfered like 3 or 4 times in the match. And it's just like, you don't need that much. You don't need, like, I get it. You're a heel. You got to do your heel tactics. You got to be a heel manager and all that. I get that. I understand that. But not that much, man. Like, that was a lot. That was a lot even for me. I'm just like, okay, can we chill a little bit? Can we tone it down? Especially Kiana James, who has, like, no charisma whatsoever. Like, I feel bad for saying that, but I mean, let's call a spade a spade. She's just not at all. She's just not. And the fact that she's paired with Giulia upsets me because Giulia is so much better than what she's given. Like, just have Giulia go out there and beat the shit out of people. That's all she needs to do. And she would be well over. That's what happened with Ilya. I just realized I didn't change my banner for this. Yeah. That's what this company does to me when it comes to Giulia. Like, I've seen some of the stuff from Stardom and some of her stuff in Japan. Like, I've seen some of that stuff. She's good. Some of her NXT stuff's really good. You gotta let her be a peacock. You gotta let her fly. And if you understood that reference, thank you. I appreciate it. If you understood it. And if you didn't, that's fine too. Go watch the other guys. It's a great turn your brain off movie. Man, like this match had shades of being a good match, but again, I just had that mindset in the back of my mind. I'm just like, okay, when's Lash and Nia gonna come out to cost Alexa the match? It does end up happening because Alexa tries to take out Kiana James. Referee's distracted, and here comes Lash Legend just to push Alexa off of the top rope. Northern Lights bomb later. Giulia wins. There you go. But at least Giulia's facing people that are good. Like at least Alexa Bliss is a credible opponent for her. I feel bad saying that too, because I am a Chelsea Green person, but again, spade, whatever. Ah, man. And I agree. She should have been given the Oscar. Dude, I shit you not. I remember reports being told that Giulia was going to get the Oscar treatment. See, this is tangent. Because you know what? I'm alone tonight with the podcast. I can go on as many tangents as I want, dang it. As I cough up a lung. I despise the dirt sheets anymore. I've never been a big person with Dave Meltzer. I'm just like, whatever. But like even some of the other ones, I'm just like, come on, guys. Like, let's tone it down just a little bit with some of these rumors and innuendos. Like, as cool as it is to see things like, oh, Drew and Cody came up with the finish all on their own. They pitched for it to happen. It's just like, cool, neat. Do I really need to have it? Do I really need to know that? Not really. And even WWE Unreal, but we'll talk about Unreal at a later date after this second season drops. But yeah, like I remember reports coming out being like Giulia's gonna be in the next Oscar. This is gonna be booked like the next Oscar. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be fantastic. Booking wasn't there. The winning wasn't there. That's the thing. With that last statement, it's not like everybody has to win every single match, but if you're gonna give her the Oscar treatment, she kind of does have to win every single match, you know? But she didn't. Okay, fine. Whatever. Put her on the main roster. Okay, cool. We'll put her on SmackDown where, I mean, see, I have this gripe with SmackDown because, like, they don't utilize their women's talent to their full extent. And I guess, well, I mean, that might be the wrong thing to say. Because again, like I said earlier, they're focusing so much on the women's tag titles right now for a lot of their big players in the women's roster, which is fine. Again, you want to elevate those titles, especially those women's tag titles. But you kind of make the rest of your cards suffer because, like, the main event scene for the women, who's facing freaking Jade Cargill for that title right now? Nobody. They were going to have Michin and maybe B-Fab, but again, Spade calling into Spade. Are they really credible threats? No, they're not. Who knows when Bianca's going to come back? I really want Bianca to come back because I do want that story with her and Jade. And plus, like, I think Bianca's been away long enough. She needs to come back and just be part of the main title picture. That'd be great. But yeah, there's not many credible people on the roster that are in singles competition to really face people like Jade Cargill and even Giulia. Like, you don't do much for Alba Fyre. She's just a little goon for Chelsea Green. And Chelsea Green is, I mean, Chelsea Green, you know, she's a comedy player, but she can put out when she needs to. And don't look in too much into that statement either. Because she was almost that's that whole story about how, like, a hotel thought she was like a mistress or like a streetwalker, if you will. I don't know. I would love for Belair to win the Rumble again. That would be really cool. I would not mind that at all. Or the Chamber. Either one. Wait, she won the Chamber last year. Oh, whatever. Just come back, Belair. Come back, Bianca. I miss you, girl. But, like, that's just the thing. There's not a lot of talent to really be facing these singles stars in. That's why I'm so glad Jordynne Grace is up on the roster, which we'll touch on her later on. But yeah, their singles divisions suffer because of this. So it's one of those double-edged swords and all that. But Yeah, this match was fine. It was whatever. Again, I wish there was a little bit more going into it. I wish Giulia would have some credible. Well, no, she did have a credible opponent tonight. I don't mean that, but I'm looking forward to what they do more with Giulia. I'm hoping this second title reign with the U.S. title does more than the first one did, because she's really good. Maybe get Kiana James away from her. Maybe that'll help. Just book her like Giulia. It shouldn't be that hard. Just do that. You see what Ilya did? Like, you don't have to do the whole open challenge thing, but like have it be something to where, like, because even chat said it, like, protect the aura. You can have that aura protected, and she doesn't have to do like open challenges all the time. She can just be like, okay, well, you gotta earn your right to face me, kind of like what Gunther did. He's just like, okay, well, you gotta kind of have to win, or sorry. Not to mention another company or anything, because this is a WWE stream, but it's kind of like what the Hurt Syndicate did on AEW when they were holding the tag titles. They were like, okay, we'll give you a shot. What's your record right now? Have you won any matches? Like, how are you doing? Can you actually like capitalize on some stuff? Can you bring up some wins? Show that you like, prove that you can face us in competition. Do that, and then we'll put the titles on the line. Like, have Giulia have like that kind of attitude. Give her to Kiana James. I was gonna say that. I'm gonna stick to that. I'm gonna stick to my guns on that one. Give her to Kiana James. At least with Giulia. I'm not saying fire Kiana James. I'm not saying, get her out of the company. I am not saying that. Just away from Giulia. Away from Giulia is fine. Chat, how y'all doing tonight? How y'all doing out there? We're an hour into all this. An hour into all of this. Oh no, why is that not working? Did I press like a numlock? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I was trying to do my time code. Oh no. Why do you no work? Okay, there we go. All right, we're good now. We're good now. US Open Challenge next. We had Carmelo Hayes going out to the ring to continue the Open Challenge. I like the fact that he's doing that. I like that he is continuing the Open Challenge. He did have a run-in with The Miz. I do like this, where he continues to just kind of poke fun at The Miz for just being The Miz. And all that. But Miz actually comes out of Nick Aldis's office because he was, I guess, setting up this match with Randy Orton. He gloats about possibly being a 3-time Grand Slam champion, which, cool, great. I'm sure that day might come. Just depends on timing and where things are going with the main event scene and all that. Melo does have another run-in with Dragunov, who's also going into Nick Aldis's office. So this is when they're setting up that whole tournament kind of thing for the world title. But he does want to fight Melo again. So we'll probably run that back here eventually. It looks like we might have... Okay, so this is just like another not side mission, but another just like thing on the side that's going on with this whole like Fraxium versus, well, I'd say DIY, but Ciampa is leaving the company apparently, so there's that. So it's just Gargano, and he attacks Nathan Fraser, who we thought was going to be going after Carmelo tonight, but he was just warming up in the back while Carmelo was in the ring already. Gets attacked by Johnny Gargano. Axiom's there to kind of run off Gargano. Hopefully we get that done, and maybe Axiom, maybe Fraxium can do something with the tag team division. Because, man, God, I don't want to go on that tangent again with the tag team division. You have so many good tag teams, man. Just use them. Utilize them. It's fine. That's what they're there for. Whatever. The person who does answer the Open Challenge is somebody that gets some really good overseas reactions. Shinsuke Nakamura answers the open challenge. A great test for Carmelo, by the way. Good question. Where did Motor City Machine Guns go? Like, I know they're in... No, because they can still freaking go. Where are they? What are they even doing? Can we just, like, mix the Raw... I still stand by the fact that there should just be... If they're going to be doing this with the tag titles and with these tag divisions, just have one tag team title. Just a floating title. So that way maybe you can do something more with your other tag teams. Like, do different stories or something. Because, like, at this point, why even have 2 sets of tag titles at all? Just... Makes my butt itch. That's what it does. It doesn't make my head scratch or make me go, I wonder what that is. No, it makes me go, I wonder what that is. Like, just dig right in there. Sorry, not to get too graphic around here, but it's just annoying at times. Yeah, there really isn't enough tag teams. I mean, I think both brands have like 5 or 6. So hold on. Yeah, actually, you know what? Again, tangent. We can go on this. This ties into the open challenge. Trust me, this ties into it. SmackDown has what? We have the Wyatts. We have the MFT. We have Fraxium. We don't have DIY anymore. Motor City Machine Guns. Street Profits. Yeah, that's at least 5. Raw has the Usos. The Creed brothers, which where have they been at besides trying to sail a boat? Who else? Pretty sure LWO is still on the books, but they're too busy with AAA stuff, I guess. Speaking of never mind. You know what? No, I'm gonna stop it there because that's just gonna get into a conversation about like talent that's just not being used at all or being used differently, whatever. War Raiders, yeah. Just use your talent and all that. Give me 1 second though, chat. I'll be right back. All right, chat, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to take care of something. Let me just make sure we're good. All right, chat, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to take. All right, cool. All right. So yeah, let's get back into the conversation here. yeah, let's just get into the match itself. Thought the match was really good. Another great way to kind of showcase Nakamura and give Carmelo Hayes a good story to kind of go off of, because he was excited to see Nakamura coming out, which, I mean, as a young wrestler, getting the chance to face somebody like Nakamura with the the Ackermans like Nakamura, or like the accolades, I mean, that's huge. That's big. And Carmelo Hayes goes over. So I really like this, because again, it's a way for Carmelo Hayes not only to kind of push himself and level himself up, but to also just sharpen his skills and just learn what it's like to really face some of these people that are hungry and all that. Like, it's just ironing. It's iron sharpening iron. That's all it is. And that's just a really good story to tell for a title, for an open challenge like this, and for somebody as young. Well, I say young, it's more of a quotations young, like WWE young, or like main roster young in this way. So I'm really hoping he continues to be able to show off like this more and really get to show what he's all about, and that he is a top player in the game. Hopefully, eventually, we can start kind of pushing him towards more of the top of the card, because like right now he's still in the mid card. I would say more of just like straight down the middle mid card. He'll be more of the upper mid card, hopefully, after all this, and then just start putting him in like main events, start giving him like WWE title opportunities, and start like giving him like chances to even get those opportunities and all that. But we'll have to wait and see what happens with that story. But I don't really have much to say. I like this was just a really good match. I mean, one of the targets that Nakamura does go for is the knee, which is really great target to go for on somebody like Carmelo Hayes, because he's somebody that does do a lot of high flying moves. His finisher is from the top rope, that whole nothing but net and all that. Even his like code breaker variation involves his knees and all that. So yeah, taking out the knees where it's obvious to do that with any opponent, really good for somebody with the speed and the high flying abilities of Carmelo Hayes. So taking him out, really great, really cool, really awesome. But yeah, just again, really good match. Really good match for Carmelo Hayes. I don't really have much notes beyond that. Just keep doing this with Melo is really all I gotta say at that point. Which brings us to, I think, our last story tonight. Let me check. Yeah, this will be our last story to talk about tonight, which is interesting. Okay, all right. So, speaking of NXT call-ups, we had another one confirmed for SmackDown tonight. As I go over to my banners to change this part. So, Jordynne Grace is now on SmackDown. Hell of a get for SmackDown. I think she fits the SmackDown aesthetic very well, and especially with them being on for 3 hours, this is a good opportunity for them to kind of boost the SmackDown roster, give them a nice shot in the arm with adrenaline for the product and all that. So putting Jordynne Grace on there, definitely needed on SmackDown. And I mean, giving her a simple, easy opponent like Alba Fyre, fine, whatever. Alba doesn't bring up much offense here because, again, on the card, she's kind of on the very low end. Again, she's kind of a goon for Chelsea Green. I'm expecting the Jordynne Grace Chelsea Green match eventually. I know I did pitch an idea of like Jordynne Grace joining Chelsea Green, or like joining the Secret Service and all that, which, I mean, they could still do. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. It's whatever. They could still do it. They could still not do it. It's fine. It's whatever. But an interesting little thing we got here, a nice little interaction, as short as it was. Jade Cargill comes out And basically, she welcomes Jordynne Grace to the main roster and to SmackDown, basically saying that I'm that bitch, blah, blah, blah. So I guess eventually we'll get a showdown between the two in the future. I don't know if this is going to be something that they'll hotshot, like for Saturday Night's Main Event or Royal Rumble. They could, since again, there's not really many credible threats for Jade Cargill. So just throw the new girl up there. That should be fine. That should be cool. That should be neat. Maybe that'll work. Maybe that'll be a thing. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just excited that I'm just excited that Jordynne Grace is finally going to get the opportunity to do something more. I know she didn't win the NXT title down in NXT. I don't even think she didn't even win the North American title either. She was just kind of a body down there. I mean, the whole like TNA partnership did a little bit. Like she was kind of like the bridge between the two. So yeah, hopefully they're able to kind of build Jordynne Grace up here a little bit more to bring her to the heights that she can be. Even, I mean, again, commentary did very well here. Like shout out to Joe Tessitore. I couldn't even say Tessitore right there. Shout outs to Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett tonight, because they were on their game throughout the night. And they did put over Jordynne Grace pretty well. I forgot which one of them said it, but one of them was just like, yeah, this is the strongest woman on the roster. Like she will eat you up. And I think they did, or maybe this was a podcast I was listening to. Somebody mentioned Jade Cargill and all that. So power versus power, yeah, that could be a thing. That could be a cool thing. I think Jordynne Grace. See, now I'm kind of working myself into a shoot here, because now I could kind of see Jordynne Grace going after Jade Cargill, being a top contender for Jade Cargill, maybe facing her at the Royal Rumble or Saturday Night's Main Event, something to really get that title and get Jade something to really do. Because, I mean, injuries aside, it sucks that Michin and B-Fab had to get injured on the holiday tour, but yeah, she hasn't really defended. Has she defended the title at all? Because I think she had a match like a few weeks ago. I don't think that was for the title, though. I think that was just a regular match. Somebody remind me. I might have to look that up later. I don't think she's defended the title since winning it. I can't recall if she has or not. Maybe she did it against Chelsea Green? Was that what that match was? No, that wasn't a title match. That was just a squash match. that was just somebody for Jade to beat up and all that. I'm just excited because, again, this is somebody new on the roster to hopefully do something more with and just have fun with it. Build somebody up new, make the roster feel rejuvenated again. Yeah, and I mean, the only other segment I would mention would be like just Kit Wilson just pushing his whole toxic masculinity thing around. You know what? Maybe he costs Matt Cardona that match next week against Trick. Okay, I thought so. 0 title defenses since winning the title, and she won that thing. That was before Survivor Series, right? Because I think I saw something. Because I think the reason that Tiffany hasn't been around is because apparently she's injured or something, from what I heard. So I'm like, all right, that's something. I hopefully she gets better, but I don't think she is, because she's been working out. Like she's been having her workout TikToks and all that stuff coming out. So it's just like, I don't know how much to really believe that, but whatever. Hopefully we do something with this women's title. That's all I want. That's all I care about. But good thing that Jordynne Grace is on SmackDown. I think she fits like I said earlier, I think she fits the aesthetic very well. I'm looking forward to what she can do on the main roster. November 1st, Saturday Night's Main Event. Oh my God. 2 months with. Remember back in the day? It's crazy to say, well, back in my day. But remember back in the day where there was like a clause saying, oh, you have to defend your title once a month? Like, if you can't defend your title in 30 days, you relinquish it. Somebody else is going to be the champion. Vacant's going to hold on to that thing. Yeah, like, what happened to that rule, man? What happened to that thing? I don't know. I'm excited for Jade to be on the main roster, like I said, but I'm not gonna keep repeating that because again, I don't have much more to say on that. But yeah, we're gonna just move on because I think at this point we've reached it all. I've talked about everything on the show. Pepperidge Farm remembers. Oh man, well Pepperidge Farm ain't gonna keep it the Pepperidge Farm way. Oh, how'd that bit go again? That was a Family Guy bit with the Pepperidge Farm and all that. Oh man, but we've kind of reached the end of the show. This is basically going to be the final thoughts segment and just wrapping up everything here. I'm going to take a quick little sip of the Seagrams I got. Okay. So quick little thing. Because I usually do get like these spiked WWE drinks. I think they're good. I'll drink one. I'll be fine. It'd be cool, neat. But they had the fruit punch one for the longest times. Like for, gosh, almost a year. I think I've been consistently getting these for like a year. Because I think they came out like around the Rumble season last year, at least in my area. But they got a new flavor in my area. Slammin' Me Happy. Got some lemon, some strawberry, some watermelon, and guava flavors and all that stuff. Highly recommend. Seagrams, if you want to sponsor, I don't mind. The drinks are good. But with that little cheap plug out of the way, final thoughts. I thought SmackDown, it was good. It was good tonight. Some low points tonight, like I said, the 8-man tag, I think, was not the strongest. The first match with Rey Fenix and Trick Williams, I thought was good. Could have gone on a little longer, sure. Maybe Trick could have done a few more moves or done something more. I don't know. Maybe that could have been the thing, but that's really a nitpick at best. The women's U.S. title match, it was what it was. Mainly just pushing the story with like Alexa and Charlotte's possible breakup. Well, not possible, eventual breakup. Putting Nia and Lash Legend in the middle of all of it. Cool, neat, awesome. Gives them something to do, I guess. But it's mainly just pushing the Alexa Bliss story. I just want better for Giulia, man. Carmelo Hayes getting the chance to show out again against Nakamura. Huge thing for him, despite how Nakamura's been booked on the main roster. Jordynne Grace being on SmackDown. And, of course, the main event, the commercial-free main event with Drew, Cody, a returning Jacob Fatu, the surprise win of Drew McIntyre winning the WWE title. Really great stuff. So, again, I thought like maybe the first hour 15 was not the best, but the rest of tonight was good. And kind of like how I felt last week. I feel like if they continue the pace like this, if they continue to go forward like this and continue to just like actually care about the product and actually use some of their talent like they do tonight, we're in for a good treat, We're in for a time where I'll be like, oh, it's SmackDown time, not, oh no, SmackDown time. Oh no. I think it also helps too that tonight and the rest of the next few weeks, like I think the last international show I think is on the 19th, which is a Raw. So yeah, the next couple weeks we're going to be having some overseas shows. So the crowds are going to be hot. The time is going to be better because everything's going to be in the afternoons. If you have a VPN, you can watch SmackDown at least on Netflix, and Raw is going to be in the afternoons. Like I think, yeah, they did advertise the special start time of 2 p.m. And yeah, I would agree. And you know what? I'm going to highlight this one as well. Antidote. SmackDown was definitely better than Monday Night Vision. It definitely was. But yeah, we got new stars, new champs. The podcast mascot is back in Jacob Fatu. Man, I'm just so excited for that. I'm so excited. I hope they give him a mic next week. I hope he goes up to Cody and is just like, I'm a beat your ass. I'm a dog walk your ass. All gas, no brakes. Like, just give me that, man. I've missed it. I've missed that kind of just chaotic energy from my SmackDowns. I've missed it. It's been a time. Things feel fresh, but like I do remember saying that in the past, especially like a year ago. Things did feel better at a point. And then we got the Royal Rumble last year, which I still mark as the beginning of the end of 2025 when it came to like pro wrestling, especially WWE. At least another company picked it up halfway through the year and continued to pick it up and all that. But again, that's a whole other company for a whole other day. That's basically it. That's it. I'm done. I'm over it. That's it. That was SmackDown. It was fun. It was good. We got a new WWE Champion. Drew McIntyre is now the WWE Champion. It's great. I love it. Feels so nice. Feels so good, man. He deserves it. He deserves it. But you know what? You deserve everything as well. And the best way you can deserve everything, the best way that you can get everything that you want is by subscribing. That's right. Subscribe to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Just subscribe to the channel. Be sure to like the video too, as well. If you're watching the VOD, if you're just now catching the live stream, unfortunately, yeah, we are on the ending part. My two lovely co-hosts might return. I don't know. Maybe I'll gather the Dragon Balls and wish them back. I don't know. The solo stream was fun. You know, if you guys enjoyed it, let me know. I know I tend to ramble a little bit, kind of go on some side tangents and everything, but let me know if you guys enjoyed this, because if that's the case, maybe I can turn those AEW shorts into something like this, where we just kind of chill on a Wednesday night, on a hump day, if you will. Just you, me, nice drink, good wrestling, and all that. Yeah. Well, it's the weekend. Hopefully you guys have a good, lovely weekend. VOD will be up after all this. It'll be processing, so if you're watching it. Ooh, Mr. Keyboard Kayfabe would enjoy an AEW version of this. Stay tuned. Stay tuned. That's all I'll say. Like the video then. All of you like it. That's right. Because not only does Sydney get all those treats that you give her with those likes, lets us know that, hey, we enjoy this product. We enjoy what you try to do. We want more of it. I can give you more of it. Just kind of like the video. That's all you got to do. Subscribe. Hit the bell icon. All the stuff that YouTube loves to hear us say, because their little algorithm can hear all this. They pick out the words. They hear it. They understand. They get it. And I know you get it too. Let's just do those things. But of course, as always, I will thank you for taking time out of your day to listen to the Weebs of the Ring podcast. If you enjoyed what we had to say, again, do all that stuff. We've got tons of social links, by the way, too. You can follow us on any social media platform. You got all the handles. They're scrolling right by at the bottom of your screen. You got at Weebs of the Ring, at Watkins MW, that's mine on the social media platforms, at Legend D Vash, the self-proclaimed visionary and revolutionary, always helping out The Rock, Goldberg's #1 stand. You've also got the genius of the mat, drop this box. He's not dropping his own box. No, he's dropping other boxes. Those boxes contain content. Lovely content for all you lovely people out there. but also some fun conversations to have as well. Animal We Studio, that is the parent company, that is the sister company, that is the brother of this company, I guess. I don't know, whatever you want to think of it. That's the other company. That's where you could hear like things like anime, manga stuff. We do have a podcast known as Weebs Lounge, which we do talk about things like movies or video games and all that. So be sure to check that out again on the main channel. And of course, Weebs of the Ring. That's where you can find us on those social media platforms: Twitter, Instagram, obviously YouTube, TikTok. What's the other one that I'm forgetting? No, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, because YouTube doesn't count again. That'd be silly if it counted twice. That'd be redonkulous. We also use the hashtag Weebs of the Ring. That's a great way to interact with us before, during, or after these shows. And it's a great way to give us feedback besides, commenting and chatting and all that during the shows. Because we're nothing without you guys tuning in. And we love to continue to up our game and maybe grow and add more content as the years and days go by. Because this is a lot of fun. This is always a lot of fun to get together and talk about wrestling, whether it's the good, the bad, the mediocre, best. It's always great to come together and just talk about things, So, yeah, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to check out the Weebs of the Ring podcast. Do all the wonderful things that I told you guys about, all those descriptions, all those fun things. We'll have time codes at the end. I've been doing my best to keep the time codes going because last time I did a stream, I forgot to do it, and that was a 3.5 hour stream. So, yeah. Oh yeah, that's on the personal channel too, by the way, that 3.5 hour stream. I just kind of tier list all the media that I went through in 2025, so go check that out. Again, links below and all that. So yeah, Weebs of the Ring is presented by Animal We Studio. Thanks of course to our production team for all their hard work. Thank you once again for joining us, and remember, as always, no stunt grenades are harmed in a recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. We'll see you on Monday Night Raw, where the rest of the podcast will be here. And I won't be alone. Again, maybe. I don't know. Again, I did devour them. Again, I do have to gather up the Dragon Balls. I have to get the Dragon Radar and find all those. But hey, that'll be Monday. This is Saturday, Sunday, Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday today. Days are mixed up and all that. Whatever. No stun grenades are harmed in a recording of this podcast. Have a good night, ladies and gentlemen. See you on Monday.